Hey everyone, welcome back to Lockpickers United. This is Ike Wamowski, and on this Training Tuesday I'm going to show you how to get this ABIS 8353 padlock. So, I'll just begin by opening the shackle and removing the retaining screw that sits at the bottom of the shackle hole. Once that's done, this little screw will get put in my pinning tray. I'll keep to this side for now. And then the Z-bar for this padlock that makes it key retaining or not, depending on whether it's in the lock or not, will get put to the side too. Now on this particular model of lock, there's this pinning window right here that is very helpful when gutting this lock, because we just have to rotate the plug over there, and we already have access to the key pins. This way removal will be much easier. So go sequentially. Fifth, fourth, third, second, and first. As you can see here, all of these key pins are standard ones. Now back to the core itself. Zoom in here, you can see right there. Just right there. The paler color of metal is the retaining clip for the back of the plug itself, which needs to be carefully removed. I use long nose pliers for this, and then put in the same part as the retaining screw. Same thing goes for the actuator, which engages the locking lugs of this padlock. Now, you can lock this without a follower, but it will be a massive pain. To this, we're gonna use this dowel as a follower. The principle of a follower is to push something at the back of the plug that doesn't have any holes for the driver pins to fall into. So that's what I'm gonna do. Be sure that there are no gaps between the back of the plug and your follower, because that's when pins will fly out. And you can hear them click when they pass this little notch here and there. You can put both of these aside. Then take tweezers. And let's start removing the pins. Pin number 1, spring, oh, just got pin number 2 to just spring off, almost lost it. Spring number 2. Go. 3, 4. Both springs. And then the last driver and the final spring. So, here you go. This is a complete gut. Now to the fun part, putting it back all together without messing up. So, it's basically what came out last comes in first. So we go back with the cylinder and the follower. Sorry about that. There. Just start with spring. In the chamber. Then pin. That's gonna be a little bit of pain in the ass to properly align, especially if there are spools, the pin and in the hole. So zoom here in a bit. first. Last pin in. Then we go spring inside the chamber. Then pin. Now it's just a matter of rinse and repeat for each spring and each pin. And there. Now, same thing. When pulling the plug back in the core, you have to make sure that the drivers don't fall into the key pin holes. Otherwise you'll break the lock and have to pick it without key pins, which sucks. So, I'm just gonna angle this that way since the drivers come in from that way. And just angle this right, push in the retainer pin, and just wiggle it in there. Wiggle it in there. And there. Give him back my glove, and then it's done. Plug is back in. Now just rotate that way. Put back the key in so we can see how to put the key pins back in so that the key works again. So if you have a pinning tray with, be sure not to mix up the pins when putting the lock back in. When talking about key pins, Key pins have two pieces, two sides. Pointy bit goes in. So here we go. Fifth. Four. Three. Two. And one. Now as a matter of precaution, I'm gonna put the clip back the end of the back of the plug so I don't pull everything out when removing the key. So I'll just show you my arm and then put the retaining clip back at the back of the plug. Turn the key back to reset, pull the key out, and check it still turns, and it does. And now on this particular lock, I have to put this little Z bar here, then put everything back into the lock body. Just wiggle, and I put this thing the wrong way. Trying to stay frame. Put this back in. It clips. Screw goes back in the shackle hole. Gets nice and tight. Tight. Close the shackle. Move. Put it back in. And it still works. Congratulations, you've made a good job. You did it. Now, that's been all for me today. My name is Zyke Wamowski, signing out.